about its content, the concept of renunciation, the concept of mind of enlightenment, and then non-duality, depending on how you translate, or sometimes emptiness. Really, you have the essence of the Buddhist teaching in a nutshell. So I was thrilled the first time when I heard about these three concepts. So that's why today is really exciting. And I don't pretend to be good because I'm quite ignorant on this topic. So I don't pretend I'm a specialist, just to show the appreciation of the audience to Professor Zang. So let's please join me to welcome Professor Zang. Please address us on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Zang. May I allow to just for a few seconds to off my mask, just from a distance, because they say we cannot pronounce this, just to pronounce this simple word. Because without mask, it is very easy to pronounce Tibetan because it is based on Sanskrit language. Grammar is also identical. It is very easy. So it is Lam So Nam So. So Lam stands for path. Lam stands for path. So is just great path. Lam So, great path. And Nam is just a prefix to show the difference. And Sum means three. So Lam So Nam So means three principal paths. It is a series of the Indian typical style of the path of Buddhahood. Path of Buddhahood, maybe so many. Destination is only one, Buddhahood. The path shown by the Buddha, that is the only one. But many countries, from many traditions, they started, okay, from this way reach there. From this way also you reach there. I just want to show for 1 minute a very simple story, and I will restore to my lecture, actual lecture. So just imagine we are on a hill, this CUHK. So there are, if you go on the top of CUHK, which is the highest most point, from there you can see entire round view of CUHK. So you can see from east side also you can reach to top. From west side also you can reach to top. But when you reach to top, there is no change. Paths may be so many. Destination is one. From the beauty of the path told by the Buddha. So that's why I wanted to clear this thing. It is very, very easy to understand this. And what is the base of this writing, this text, one who has done this? I will come in my main lecture. So may I continue there? Okay? With one step. That is in Tibetan, it is called Dharmachakrapravartana. In exchange one's place from another, and just in one go you can reach to Buddhahood. Likewise, somewhere identical to Zen or from different kind of school, they don't have graded. Just one you can go, otherwise you are failed. So this graded school, however, it is a matter of history. 100 years back, it is one, and that school prevailed in Tibet. Graded school, and that is why when a person from India, his name was Atisha Dipankar Sridhya. I will start from there. He was requested to come by the Tibetan king to come to Tibet to reintroduce Buddhism because it was destroyed by one of the king Lanka. It was destroyed completely, which was established previously by the Padma Sambhava. It was destroyed in Mappa. So Atisha reintroduced, came from India, reintroduced 1032 CE. It was the time when Atisha visited there. He remained in Tibet for 20 long years. And he died in Tibet. He spent all his life in Tibet, Atisha Dipankar Singh. And he was requested by his one of his chief disciples. That is, I have extracted my text. It is written on the first page, second line. Oh, that was King, his disciple. He requested that please write a comprehensive text regarding how to reach to Buddhahood. Then Atisha wrote teaching books, and after that, centuries came, and we have so many teachings. That was the graded school book. But others also reading this text, and there is a description about the path, kind of persons, kind of Buddhahood, kind of different, very different. Then all of a sudden, king and all Tibetan people asked, please, sir, this is very voluminous text. Why don't you write a short one, a small one, so that every people can understood and read? Atisha don't answer. It's okay. What I want to explain, it's okay, I have explained. But repeatedly he was requested. So he thought, okay, I will write the short one. He becomes somewhat furious. And then he writes extremely short, just one page. Remember, it is in Tibetan also, just maybe 2 page, 3 page, pecha. Tibetan pechas like this, old books. It was not binding one, but very short. So it is complete. Yes, this is the shortest form I can write. So when he write to explain, it was very big, roughly 300 pages. And we write short one, please make it short. For daily practices, just 1 page, take it. This is, and that is the text. Lamsam Namsam. Very short, just 13 verses, only 13, and only 12 for purpose, and 13 is for speaking order, what to do. 12 verses. Out of 12, one is only that I am doing this. So you have only 11 verses today to explore what he has said in 300 pages. Now I am trying to show it in just here. So what Atisha has wrote back in 10th century, this book was named Bodhicitta, a lamp to the path of enlightenment. Then after 400 years, Lam Rim was written by Tsong Kha Pa, Lam Rim Chen Mo. And then his shorter version, Lamsam Namsam, was written by himself. He was the founder of Gelug Sect. So their book were almost identical. Bodhicitta and Rim Chen Mo. And but we are giving the shortest version of Lam Rim Chen Mo. Bodhicitta literally means illuminating the path, showing you the path. And this is shortest version of Lam Rim Chen Mo written by Tsong Kha Pa, Losan Thapa. And now we have shortest version. So that is, and interestingly, Atisha was requested by one of his disciples this thing. So there are nowadays, at present day, we found many books in Lam Rim. In Nyingma Pa also different tradition. In Sakyapa also, Gelupa of course have Lam Rim. So different Lam Rim books. So there may be confusion which one is actual Lam Rim. All are. In my opinion, everyone is Lam Rim is okay. But what authentically have written by Tsong Kha Pa, Lam Rim Chen Mo, and the shortest version, Lamsam Namsam. So Lam Rim Chen Mo means bigger one. Chen Mo in Tibetan means big. Chungu means short. So he doesn't write Chungu word. He append Chen Mo to the bigger one, but shortest, he just write Lamsam Namsam. It is just 3 steps. 3 steps. So what are the 3 steps? Only in the opening line of this text that I am doing this. And he done.
I am writing. So Lam Rim Chen Mo, it was the bigger text was the treatise for the stages of nirvana, which we call in English enlightenment. In Tibetan Buddhism, or you may call it a sort of Vajrayana also. In addition to Mahayana, it is called Vajrayana also. It is the key text, and it contains philosophy also, it contains concepts also. And Tsong Kha Pa has beautifully right, you need not to interpret any of the term in written in this text because they are self-explanatory manner. And for the purpose, this text is being written for daily, because one page you can read daily. People in different countries, my country, as a multi-religious country, so some Sikh people used to write when they are traveling, when they are doing, they used to read Sukhmani Sahib. Very small text. And Hindu people, they used to Hanuman Chalisa. So similarly, so in Tibet also people used to Lamsu Namsu daily. While they are traveling, okay, they are reading Lamsu Namsu again and again, like just chanting, repeating again. We call in Hindi jap, it is called. So I have gone through the background. So this is the text where we can say the first page, if it is available. Next, okay, I will do. Okay, first verse is here, but before first verse,
Family in India as well as in Tibet, before writing a book in Tibet, you cannot write a book if you are not in the lineage of Buddha. It is very customary. Because without lineage is not physical, it is not based on race. It is student to student to student, teacher taught relation is very strong in India. Tibet also follows that. For example, my teacher is Tibetan Lama teacher.
teacher Rinpoche. And teacher Rinpoche is also junior teacher of Dalai Lama. So we have the lineage. Without lineage, according to Tibetan tradition belief, we are not authoritative to write a book. So here also, it is Noble Lama. Instead of any god, the first line is salutation in the text to the Noble Lamas. So this is as per tradition. So now the first verse itself. This is the first verse, and it is not the root text of the book. It is just a resolution in Tibetan that I am telling you this. This moment, I am telling you this. This is written in Tibetan. Gyalwe sunra kunji yinpo don gyal se dampa nanji ngapai lam kalden thardo nanchi jungote jitar nujin dagi shiverja. It is written, and I have given the translation also you. So this is clears the purpose of writing the book. It is very needed. I have already said without teacher taught relation, you cannot go on, carry on. So that is why when it is written, the Tsong Kha Pa himself is writing that what is the first word, the word is Gyalvai. The first word is Gyalvai, and it means Buddha. Gyalva means one who victorious, one who has won everything. But technically speaking, one who has victory over attachment, greed, and delusion. Triple coil of defilements. That is the quality of Buddha. So this is the first word, Gyalvai, is of Buddha, victorious one. And the second word, Sungrab, means
throughout India, they are very much. I have like essence of it. And then the last word is don, means meaning, because what Buddha said, it may be very seminal meaning. It is the simplest word meaning. Have to be understood and then told in the modern terminology. Because I am speaking in English, if I speak in Sanskrit, if I speak in Tibetan, if I speak in the Buddha language, Pali, then it is Greek to all of people present here. So what Tsong Kha Pa is saying in very his opening line that
I am presenting the meaning of the essence of the what all Buddha has said, not one Buddha. Mahayana believe there is not only one Buddha. There are numerous Buddha. And the highest post in stage on which anybody can reach is Buddhahood. Whereas Theravada countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, Myanmar, and of course the plain land of India, there is Theravada, or by another name that is not good, Hinayana. That is called, for them the highest post is Arhathood. Anybody can become Arhat. But in Mahayana, because they believe Buddha was a simple human being, was a historic person, so he is only Buddha and nobody can become Buddha. But in Mahayana is that belief, which is the basic difference. Why in Mahayana Buddhahood is highest post? Why not Arhat? Because Theravada or Hinayana, what you may like to call it, this is the orthodox school and this is the older school, right from the Buddha time. So why not his views prevail? Why Mahayana views prevail? Because Mahayana believed that what Buddha has did, he showed us that a simple human being born as a prince of
said that I am giving you the meaning of the essence of what all Buddha has said. First line. And the second line is that Gyalsre. I'm reading the entire line first and then I will give you meaning. Gyalsre Dhamma, Namchi Namela. It means Gyalsre means sons of Buddha. That is again typically of Mahayana Buddha. Say, Gyal is Buddha, Gyala is Buddha in the first line. And Gyalsre means the son of Buddha. Son of Buddha means not biological son. Whosoever is following Buddhism is son of Buddha. It means one who is on the path of Buddha is Buddha's son. Already on the following the path. Third line is Kalden. Kalden means the fortunate one. Kalden means Kal means fortune. Kalden means attached with fortune, good fortune one. And then the word is came with Thardod. This Thardod means one who want Tharpa. Tharpa is means in English it is free, because it is by default the belief and concept of all religions, not even in Buddhism, that we are in bondage. We are not free in world. And the noble, the first duty of mankind is to become free. So in Indian religion context of India, become free from cyclic existence. So, and here in Buddhism, free means free from suffering again. Because we are suffering, we are here. But reverse is also true. We are here, that is why we are suffering. Both way it is true. So Thardod means you want to be free from suffering. That is why you are fortunate one and you are here. Then last line is Jitar, Nuijin. This is very, very typical of Indian thought. It is not boasting by Tsong Kha Pa. It is saying that my capacity is limited. Jitar, Nuijin. Whatever is within my capacity. Because Buddha has said limitless thing. So at the one time in the language of research, I can say the 3 lines are shows expansion of the ideas, expansion of research. And the 4th line, it is delimitation of the research also.
that whatever the topic is very big, and I am showing you the meaning of the essence. And the fourth line saying, but it is my limitation, not the limitation of the words of Buddha. Jitar Nujin, as per my capacity, Dagis. Dagis stand for I. Although for I in Tibetan, the word is nga. Nga is, but another word is da also. Dagis, by me. Shivarja, told that within my limited capacity, I am telling you. That is very humbleness of the people like Tsong Kha Pa, the founder of Gelug Sect. So this is nothing teaching of Buddha. This is just a resolution by the Tsong Kha Pa to tell that I am telling you this. So translation is already with you. I have tried to explain it whatsoever extempore way, my typical way to say it in extempore, not to read, because whatever you have, you can read it all the time, faster than me even. And I am telling you just like this. So, but here I want to take the support of so many texts. Between you have seen Tibetan text is also written on next page in italics. Tibetan, not in a screen, but in your prayer, that is between italics. I will come to that also. That also, but in another manner. So I am coming to the right to the second verse. They shift it. Second verse. Do it from here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's okay. 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 Bicep also here. No problem. Whatever it is. Yeah. So the second verse is the commencement of the first step of the 3 steps told in the entire text. First of 3. It is going to start in this text. Let's see from how many verses, because there are only 12 or 30. So we are already on second, and we have to describe 3 stages of the path to Buddhahood. So this is the first path, renunciation. How Tsong Kha Pa come to renunciation. So this is the first line is Ganga Sipai Dela Machashing, means whosoever. Ganga. Sipai. Sipai is the word, for word, this phenomenal word. Dela. Dela means happiness. So I'm not talking about suffering only, also happiness. So, but again, the next word is bringing it to the ground, machashing. Do not interest, no interest in the happiness of the word, no interest. No interest. If there is happiness in the word, in the suffering lecture, I have showed there is no happiness in the world, everything is suffering. But here, if anybody has no interest in the so-called happiness of the world, the first line means that. So-called happiness, it is not written here, but so-called means happiness, according to Buddhism, is not real happiness if it is sensual pleasure. Sensual pleasure is happiness for kechik. In Tibetan, it is called kechik, means one moment only, very short moment. So now the second line is very, very important line, and it needs elaboration. Sometimes 1 or 2 keywords we found in a text that illuminates entire text. And that's hover around all the meaning of the concept of the purpose of the text. Also, the first word, the word is daljur. It is very big meaning. I am going back to the previous page in which italics there is written and is written by one Indian scholar. His name Asanga. In Tibetan, he is called Papathome. So it is in your printed version. Daljur duchan jeka thodudir dakjan khorbay chole dalhisir niedan sendu yelwa mepari nyensam gompal jase lalenin.
He has written 37 verses, how the follower of Buddha spend their time 24 hours, how they do their routine work. So there are 37 verses in that text, but I have taken just one to correspond it here, because in the second verse, the second line, it is written Daljur. The very first word is Daljur. Daljur means the fortunate human birth we have now. That is, Asanga is also said that we are fortunate because we have the human birth. Why we are fortunate? So it is explained further down in your printing version, that this human birth, some people in the world, they say, oh, Buddha is talking about suffering. How come we are fortunate? We are unfortunate only. It's not that Buddha is talking about suffering only, because today is not talking about suffering, because Buddha is telling you the way out of suffering. That's why we are fortunate, we can understand, we can hear, and we can have the teaching of Buddha. Because it is the human birth that is able to understand, grasp, and take the meaning of the teaching of Buddha. Not everybody in other body also can understand what is being said, because Buddha is right now not here. So if I am speaking, I can speak the language of human only. So other than human cannot understand. If they have so much capacity, they are better than human even. This is not the case. So it is the 18 qualities that, according to Tibetan Buddhism, 18 qualities that makes our life fortunate. Among 18 qualities, there are 9 qualities or 8 qualities, you can say, are freedom from something unfortunate. We are freedom from unfortunate. And rest is we have opportunity. So the 18 qualities are divided into freedom and opportunity. So I am just listing, okay, 8 freedom and 10 opportunities. Okay, the first, we have freedom from the realm of hell. We are not hell. We are not in hell. We are on this earth. So we are not we are receiving sentence from God that we are, okay, go to hell. So we are in hell. We cannot do anything, new karma. We cannot create karma in hell. Whatever religion we are following, in the hell, you are in hell. You cannot do, you can't help it. But here on the earth, we can create new karma and have new result. So first freedom we have, that we have the realm of hell. We are not. Innumerable people are in hell, maybe. So the second freedom is freedom from the realm of hungry ghosts. So it is believed that there are realm of hungry ghosts also. Yida, it is called in Tibetan, Pret in Hindi, Yida. We are not in the realm of Yida. They don't have bodies like this. They may be in the anywhere. So this is the second freedom. We are not that. There are 6 kind of birth, not 6 birth. 6 kind of birth. 3 is above human, 3 is lower human. So this is described. We are not above 3, not below 3. We are here. So human birth is not a permanent place. This is a, in English we can say it, crossroad. Crossroad we may understand. Nobody is living on crossroad. No house on crossroad. No, not a single country have a house on crossroad. You can say where the road crossed. So human birth is like crossroad. Crossroad means you can go up, you can go right, you can go back to the being simple animal, go up to the become God. So human is not a permanent status. This is just an opportunity. You have your freedom to choose your path. So that is freedom. So again, third freedom is freedom from the realm of animal. We are not dog, we are not ant, we are not bird. So because they cannot help it. Whatever they are written according to they have to do this. But we have the freedom of free new karma. So this is
third freedom. Fourth freedom is freedom from the realm of long-lived God. Even we have the birth of God. God, even according to even Hindu belief, according to Buddhist belief also, according to Jaina beliefs, three religions of Indian origin. All of the three equivocally they said that if you are God, in the realm of God, there are so many devas, God. They cannot create new karma even. Because they are God, because of their good karma when they were human. So now they are in heaven. Whenever their good karma fruit will exhausted, again they will fall down. Because we believe in rebirths. So many births, endless. This is not going to change my topic. Otherwise, Hindu, Buddhism, and whosoever we believe in the rebirth, we have the different concept of time, circular time. We have endless time. One birth, second birth, third birth, some other linear. We don't have linear time, not end, circular time. So we do good karma, go to heaven, exhaust our enjoy, come back here. If you do bad karma, go to hell. Exhaust your bad karma fruit, again come to here. So this birth, we are just an opportunity. Again, we have freedom. Opportunity means not we are destined to do what we are told, but we have freedom to choose what we want to do. Nobody is going to tell you what to do. You have to choose. But if you are not realizing your choice, Buddha is saying, so please, I'm not saying this, follow me. Exercise your choice. This is only, be aware. So the fifth freedom is freedom from being a heretic. If you are following some philosophy or some concept or some, because in India, we can understand there are thousands of religious orders. Not many, so many, everybody. So if we are other than what is not believing in good karma, bad karma, or not. So if we are in that very sect or sectarian tendency, we seldom hear the word of Buddha. We will not hear. Oh, no, we don't believe this. So we have freedom that we are not heretic. And the sixth freedom is freedom from being barbarian. Likewise, we are not Afghanistan. I'm sorry to say. When if Afghanistan, I am very God-loving. Somebody came, gone. It's a barbarian country, Middle Age. So we are freedom from there. We are in peace. Peace of place is also needed. So our freedom from being in barbarian places where nothing is secure. And of course, I'm not taking the name of Ukraine or like this. Nobody has done something wrong, but you are bound to meet death without any wrongdoing. We are free from that. So again, freedom from being a fool. Fool, please don't take it fool in the simple English manner. Fool born being not elevated enough to understand the word of Buddha. This means fool. Sometimes people don't have minimum elementary educated, that if somebody is telling you, if somebody is not understanding what A, B, C, D is, what you are telling is not aware about, so he will not understand. So at least we are not fool. We are fortunate that we are educated enough to understand. So these are 8 feelings. And then we have something which is very good. We are here, human birth. We have a language. We can speak. We can hear. We can understand. We can communicate our ideas very freely, very clearly. So this is human birth. We have. Number 2 is to have gained birth in a central realm where the Sugata existed. It means it is typically attributed to wherever the Buddha born, because Mahayana believe in numerous Buddha, wherever a kind of Buddha or aware person, enlightened person born, that place become fortunate. Typically, if I can say in India, I am fortunate enough to born in India, where the Buddha was. And just for the sake, I am from the same place where Buddha was there, typically in Bihar, in Magadha Pradesh. I am there. in Patliputra, where the king Ashoka was there. So I consider myself fortunate. Remember, another Buddha by another name in another time was, of course, you people are also fortunate one. They are innumerable, so many by name, not necessarily in the name of Buddha, aware person. So the third opportunity we have adorned with to be free from the action which is conflicts with dharma. And that is again from in which society we are living that is not against the dharma at all. Sometimes we live in the society where religious teaching, preaching, something maybe not very good to listen, not opportunities available to listen sometimes. So, and fifth one is to have faith in holy dharma. So there is very grand writing, literature, full of literature. If we have faith in holy dharma, faith doesn't mean I believe in this. I believe in this is a cup of tea. Is it okay to say in English? No. I know this is a cup of tea. No need to believe it. So there is difference between belief and what we know. So it is sort of this. So to know the religion is believe, then after believing, because Buddha also said, first know, then believe. Without knowing, if you are believing, it means this belief doesn't go anywhere. You know first. So then the next is the advent of Buddha into the world. So we are also fortunate that we are now here, but 2600 years back, historical Buddha was also there. Other Buddha may be there, but also this Buddhist teaching is available. So the teaching of the pure religion is done by Buddha and subsequent his pupils. And the eighth one adornment is the continuation of the stability of the pure religion in India, especially, and other countries also. There are so many religious teaching are being given. Sometimes it's being distorted, some are being destroyed. In Tibet also, Langdharma destroyed all Buddhism. In India also, in 1192, when some people from Central Asia came to India and changed entire ruling class religion, so no hostile position was there. So continuity of religion was very scarcity. But in Tibet, in Myanmar, the entire religious atmosphere was unbroken. So it is back to India now and back to anywhere place. So ninth one is being the believer and the follower of Buddha teaching, means ready that, okay, now I am going to have this good teaching. And the 10th one is having a loving and compassionate heart towards others. Sometimes we develop hostile tendency towards testing anything. Okay, if it is not up to my mark, I will not allow it. Not ready to accept very easily anything. So this is the 18, these are the 18 qualities. That is why Tsong Kha Pa is saying that, okay, you are listening, so that is why you are fortunate ones. So this is the meaning of Daljor. So it's just one word and a very big meaning is here. So the next word is Donyod. Donyod means having the teaching, having the meaning. You understand, because in the first line it is said that whosoever is not have interest in the so-called happiness of the world, and he understands the meaning of these 18 qualities. Thank you. Then Jachir Tsomba E. So it means if you understand the meaning and ready now, then Gyalva Jepai Lamla Jitanbi. Gyalva again stand for Buddha, third line, and Jepai means again what he has delivered in his preaching, and Lam stand for path, and Yi stand for my heart, and Tombai means I am ready to receive what is said by the Buddha now. So if Tsong Kha Pa is telling, and in front of, because he's writing a book, so in front of readers or listener, so okay, if you are ready to come here and listen, of course, this is one of the fortunate cause. So, and this, that is again, he is calling Kalden, fortunate one, good fortune. Dedag, that fortunate one, Dang pai yi the yon. So please, the last word is nyon is given. The very last word. Nyon means please listen with pure heart and don't be prejudiced. Pure heart, it doesn't mean pure by something divine thing. It means please don't be prejudiced. Don't have already grasped idea and don't compare anything. Just listen, because this is very important in Buddhism, not to be prejudiced. 99% of the whole effort of the Buddhist teaching goes with don't be prejudiced. Prejudice means already having an idea. And when somebody, Buddha or somebody is saying so, you are comparing. It means I am riding a Rolls Royce. Okay, very good. And somebody offered me, okay, this is Phantom, new model, very good. Please check it. Okay, I will check your Phantom, but I will keep sitting in my car also. How it is possible? So having one idea already, you cannot have new Buddhist idea inside you. I've taken this example for me only, because in text, this is not example given. In the text, example is given by the boat, Yana, Mahayana, Hinayana. Traditional example is different. I have taken the Rolls Royce example for me now. So example is given if you're riding on a boat in river, if somebody else, Buddha is coming with a better boat, big boat, and so, okay, test my boat is, please. No, okay, I will have, but for one leg, I will in my boat, and I will test by one leg only. Then you will fall in the water. The destiny is going so. So that is why prejudice means you are ready to fall in water. You cannot have the ride of your own horseback at the same time testing a new horse. For the testing of a new horse riding, you have to live up your present horseback. That is why saying with pure, that is means pure heart. Pure means free from any prejudice ideas. So that is he's saying none. Please listen. So that is calm mind, pure mind. It is saying I have used the word in printing shine, calm mind. This is the prerequisite of Buddhist meditation called vipassana. That is in Tibetan, Lathong. You cannot see a thing you have already once in vision. It is possible. So calming the mind, there is a person, states, Alex Women. He has written a very good book, and I think is reading a must for any scholar who want to understand what the Buddhist meditation is. The book is named Calming the Mind and Discerning the Real, written by Alex Women. It's a very good written book in English. So shine means calming the mind. This calming mind is not subduing anything or pressing anything. Calming means freeing your mind from the previous ideas. Freeing, not having anything. I don't need anything. I will check this new shirt, this white shirt I am wearing, just by putting off my old shirt. I will not have old shirt. I will check this new one now. We cannot check shirt over shirt. So that is calming the mind, is free, nothing else. So now come to the next third verse, and here first time can we have, yeah, third, yeah. So this time first time in the first line the word ngejung is here, first time. So we have already taken 2 verse, means 8 lines, and ngejung is not appeared. Now ngejung is appeared 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, ngejung in between. It means now he is ready to tell you what ngejung means, what renunciation means. In English, renunciation is very sound attractive. Renunciate means leave it, leave the household life, go to become. So sometimes in the modern day, modern life, if I am not going far from my topic, people used to become monk for 5 years, for 2 years, for 10 years, limited time also. And again, going back to household. So I surprise how it is possible. Have you interest in renunciation or have you interest in household? Please be clear. it is not clear. This means testing. It's okay, very good to test. It means testing failed. Then you are going to return. It means testing is failed. Ngejung does not say so. Ngejung means you do not have any interest, but not by the saying of Buddha or by following Tsong Kha Pa. No. Tsong Kha Pa make it just in 4 lines clear. Let me explain you why you should not have the interest in this phenomenal world and its so-called suffering or happiness. Tsong Kha Pa is saying it is happiness, Buddha is saying suffering, and you are saying, no, we have very good food, good family, everything is have. Why should I am talking about? No, just listen. That Namda Ngejung Mepa Sichoi. If you do not have renunciation, because if you do not understand renunciation, Dede, Donyer, Shivai, Thabmela, then there is no hope that you will understand the karma and its effect. If you do not have renunciation, understanding of renunciation, the action and its corresponding result is away from you. And there is no method, there is no any way that you come out of this iron type cage of attachment, greed and delusion all the way in innumerable births. So it is saying that Tsong Kha Pa is reiterated the rareness of human birth also here and describing freedom of opportunity, but it is because he is saying that Sila, 3rd line, Sila Kampa Yi Kyang Lui Chen Nam means Lui Chen Nam, Lui means stand for body, Lui Chen means we all are having body, and Nam stand for plural. And in this phenomenal word, we are very much, in the clutches of this word. We are inside, we are in jail, but we are considering we are okay, we are not in jail. So if a prisoner is considering his jail not as a jail, but his beautiful house, then even Buddha can't help it. If you do not say that you are a prisoner, then it is very unfortunate. So now the next verse, number 4. And this is, I have already told you that previous verse there was word Ngejung. Ngejung means no word. It doesn't mean I am going to die, but it means no interest. Just simple. Ngejung, renunciation, it means just, and whosoever wants to know, very one, in the first time in roughly 1895 or 1890, British writer wrote a book, The Light of Asia, Sir Edwin Arnold. I hope many people know the name Sir Edwin Arnold. First time a book is written by a British person to make awareness about Buddhism of India to entire West, because all books are available in Sanskrit or in Pali, and nobody, besides having English rule in India, no Westerner is interested in Buddhism. I don't know. I can't read Sanskrit. I can't read Pali. How can I know? But Sir Edwin Arnold in 19th century wrote a book, The Light of Asia. It is freely available for download from internet. And what is the light of Asia? Why I am saying here now? Because the light of Asia is entire book is a poem about renunciation only. Entire book. It means Sir Edwin Arnold has chosen renunciation to represent Buddhism. Just one term. This book is translated in English as The Great Renunciation, although it is already in English, meaning the light of Asia. But it is written, you go to the internet, the light of Asia or the Great Renunciation. Same. It is not same, but he said the light of Asia means Buddha was the light of Asia. And the Great Renunciation is the only thing that can elaborate what exactly the Buddhism is. Because if you are inside prison, it is very difficult. You must realize it is not necessarily that you come out of the prison first and then you will seek renunciation. No, 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 no. But if, just for example, if I may allow to say, if I go to Professor Tam and say, sir, I have fever and I seek some medicine. So Professor Tam will say, okay, go to your house, first remove your fever and then come to me and then I will teach you what is the paracetamol is. So you know this. So Buddha is saying, okay, I am teaching to the sick persons. I know. I am teaching to prisoners. If I am saying you first come out of the prison and then you will understand Buddhism, wait, what is the use of Buddhism then? You are already out. I am out of my fever. No need to take paracetamol. So this is how the Buddhist approach is. Wherever you are, whatever you are, you must understand what is being said. When you understand, then you may follow. So now the fourth verse is again repetition of one word, daljur. The first one, daljur. Daljur, nyeka. The next word is nyeka. Nyeka means rareness. Now he is saying you have the fortunate human birth. He already told with the 18 qualities, but now he is again saying daljur nyeka means this human birth you have, and please remember this is very rarest of the rare. And there are several type of stories regarding the rareness of the human birth, but right now I'm not going to go the detail of it. Then Sela long me pa, half of the first he is saying that human birth is very rare, and then half of the first line it is saying Sela long me pa. Of course, I have said that the human birth is very rare. Now I'm saying even if it is rare, you don't have much time to spoil, because this time is very limited. We may live up to 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. This is very short time. Already so many time has been elapsed. And now the rareness is going to exhausted. We cannot ascertain which next birth we have. Maybe not human. So this is the first line, that human birth is rare, and that too is for very short time. So yila gompe means considered it. Think. Gompe means to think. Yi means in your heart. He's not saying about mind. He's saying about heart. Yila gompe. So he's thinking, please consider this by heart, that you have very less time. And say the nangshe dog to how to reverse this opportunity and make it long. So then next third line is lende milu. This is very important line, and I think if I spend time entire day about talking about lende, it is very short, but just one or two lines. Le means karma. What is said in English? Karma, action, whatever we do. And action doesn't mean we do physical action. What we think, because in Buddhism, mind is also a limb of ourselves. So what we think is also action, because automatically there is a very famous book in Pali, Dhammapada. It has 423 verses and stories linked, and they are the first very verse of the 423 verse of the Dhammapada. I am saying only in English, that the verse is already in Pali, Mano Pabangama Dhamma Mano Settha Mano Maya. It means in English that mind is the forerunner from all limbs. It means mind is a limb. Mind is not an abstract thing. Mind is my hand is a limb. My eyes are limb. These are all our senses. Mind has also its senses, because I am receiving your waves also. I am receiving your thought also. You are receiving my mind by mind. Not only you are seeing me, you are listening me, and you are thinking me also. 3 faculties are involved, not only 2 faculties. So mind. So Tsong Kha Pa is here saying that whatever your karma and is lay, and what is day? Day in simpler Tibetan language, day means rice, but here spelling is same. And but day means fruit. Fruit means result. Whatever your action, result. And it is saying miluva. It is not going to change. Whatever your action, there is bound to be a result. You cannot wave off. Even Buddha cannot delete it. If there is action, there is going to be result. There is not on this earth, not in the heaven, not on the entire, nobody can reverse it. You have to accept it. If you are not accepting, then you are going on a haphazard way of thinking that anything can be done, illogical. Because this action and its corresponding result is the only scientific and logical conclusion. This is the action, this is the result. This is the action, bad result. Good action, good result. Both have results. And the ultimate aim of the Buddhism is no action, no result. That is why no rebirth. It is logical, but here. So he's saying the action and their corresponding result are miluva. It is unmovable. In Hindi, we have the word atal, firm, not moving. It is firm. Action and corresponding result. And Khorvai Dungal Nam. That is again going to Khorva means entire world. Khorva means round, but here round means world. World is also, earth is also round. So it is metaphorically common. Khorva means world. The world is Dungal Nam. Dungal Nam means there is not only one type of suffering. I have already told my previous lecture also, there is 3 categories of suffering also. So that is why here Tsong Kha Pa is also saying that so many suffering are there and in sansar, in this world, and this action and this corresponding result is immovable. So you are moving towards suffering only. So again, 4th line is yang yang sampe. Yang yang means again and again. The word, sorry, this is okay. It is going to 4th one. Where is it? Changing. Okay, previous one. Again, previous. Yeah, 4th one. So the 4th last line is yang yang sampe chimai nangshe dog. Again and again, think it. Whatever Tsong Kha Pa is saying, please think it again and again. Yang yang sampe chimai nangshe dog. Then you can reverse what is already settled. You cannot delete it, but you can reverse by new karma. That is there, and new karma will be reversed. Now we can go to 5th one. So detar gompe, detar, the first line is detar means you must have noticed in the every slide there is one word is written there, bodhkat, just small word on the top left. Every verse, bodhkat means Tibetan. Just bodh is Tibet, kat means language in Tibetan language, and here English. So like here English, Tibetan, English, Tibetan. It is there. So I'm not reading that one. It is just written Tibetan. Tibetan language. So, Detar Gompe Khorbai Phunsola. Now he is explaining why the worldly prosperity is not prosperity and you should develop Ngejong, renunciation. Now he is explaining in 5th verse. He is explaining the first term that Detar like this, Gompe think like this, and Khorbai Phunso. Khorba means this cyclic existence, we have word, and Phunso. Phunso, prosperity. Prosperity means anything for sensual pleasure. Money, building, power, anything. Phunso. Whatever Phunso
in this world we have, Yimon, Kechik Samyar Mikyasing, it will not go in the, for even for one moment, it is not permanent. Not only for one day or today, or you may be in power for 5 years or 10 years. It is not in the entire pantheon of the time slot. It is just like it will go away. Anytime it can go away. If you are thinking, it will remain? Not at all. Nothing will remain permanent. In Buddhist pantheon, it is very much proved that nothing is permanent. Nothing. Only impermanence is permanent. Impermanence is permanent, not permanent. So nothing. So whatever prosperity in your world you have, it can go. Prosperity may be physical beauty, maybe mental alertness, maybe intellectual, maybe by money, whatever power, whatever, it is temporary. So before it goes away and you may lose your physical and mental faculties. So Yimon means think in your heart, catch it something, it is not going to stay. Then third line is Ni Sen. Ni stand for day, Sen stand for night. So all day night. Day night means always, all the time. Ni Sen, Kuntu, again he is repeating word, Kuntu means always, Kun means all. Kuntu, in all times. If you are Tharpa Dondir, no. Tharpa, if you are thinking all the day, night, then everything is useless. And all the time you are thinking of your enlightenment, free, emancipation, another word. Lo means if you are thinking by mind, then Jungna Detse Ngejung Kepal. Now you have the Ngejung. If you are thinking all the time to become free from this suffering world, now you have understand the Ngejung. So this is the fifth verse. Now we can go to the sixth one. And Tsong Kha Pa has taken 5 verses to explain Ngejung. And in just first verse, only one verse, he come down to Janshusem, means Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is translated into so many numerous English words. I'm afraid I am not using that word, but of course I will tell you what these words are. In my mind, because Professor was here, he is teaching Chan Buddhism also. So I understand why Chan is not a Chinese word, I know it. It comes from Indian word dhyana. Dhyana, concentration. And no translation. That is why in China it becomes Chan. No translation. Some words are having so many referential context and contextual meaning, you cannot translate by just one word. It's impossible. So maybe Professor, when will come, he will explain why it is only Chan, and Chan become Zen in Japan also. It goes like that. So in my opinion, Janshusem, how, I don't know, I am explained with joy how Tibetan, they have translated Janshusem. This is the beauty of the Tibetan language. They have translated very well, 100% Janshusem. And this is Bodhicitta. I don't find any lacking in translation. Till my teacher and I have studied, I think 35 years I have gone in this word, Janshusem, complete, Bodhicitta. Sem stands for Chitta and Janshu, Bodhi. Bodhicitta means having Bodhi in mind. Chitta, it is very difficult. Maybe some people from ISKCON can explain what is Chitta, Ahankar, Buddhi, Man. There are different stages in ISKCON, because I am also a follower of Vishishtadvaitvad. In my previous, this is one of the forefathers of this ISKCON school of thought, Vallabhacharya, Madhvacharya, there are so many. So it is also here in my mind, Man, behind mind, it is Buddhi. Then behind Buddhi, there is Ahankar. And behind Ahankar, there is Chitta. He's talking about Chitta directly.
So I'm not talking about bodhi in your mind. In English, I'm failed. I have to use this word mind, but it is not mind. Bodhi, chitta, bodhi in your chitta, your very existence, consciousness, if I may allow to say so in English. Bodhi, not in mind, not in your brain, buddhi, not in your ahankar. Ahankar means I am. Behind ahankar, your consciousness. If there is bodhi, then it is bodhicitta. I don't know how you can translate. Maybe you can translate it in English right now. Maybe. Nothing is impossible. But I'm going to read it. Now, Tsong Kha Pa assume that you have understood the Nejum in this text. 5 verses gone, and still we have 7 only. So he is saying that Nejum Deyang Nanda Semke is. It means even if you have developed Nejum, okay, I don't have any interest in this very sansara, in this very, I don't know, this happiness is not real happiness, and this is temporary event. Even my position is also temporary. Life is very short. Okay, I got it all. So now I have Nejum. So now I will attain Buddhahood. Then Tsong Kha Pa is saying, even if you have renunciation, Nejum, you have, but the second line, Sinpa Mena Lame Jangchopi, if it is not linked with Bodhicitta, if it is, different people translated Bodhicitta, I'm just going to altruistic state of mind. I don't know, it is 100% okay or not. I don't know. That's why I'm not using. But many of the British scholars and Americans are using Bodhicitta itself, in English also. Because very difficult to make your turn, but in Jiangsu. But Tsong Kha Pa is saying, you have Nejum, okay, got it. But believe me, there is Sanskrit term for Nejum is also, because Tsong Kha Pa is taking from Atisha Dipankar Sri Gyan 10th Surti. So there must be original term in Sanskrit also. It is Nissarana. Nissa means there is no essence. Nissarana. No, that is Nejum in Sanskrit. Nissarana. Understanding there is no essence in this word. So that is. And Jiangsu Sem Bodhicitta. So even if Tsong Kha Pa says you have, okay, Nejum, if it is not linked or attached with Bodhicitta, what I am going to explain, how, then Phonso Devai Gyuru Me Gyurve, then the entire prosperity of the reason why you are having Nejum and why there is no happiness in this world, you will not understand. Means single Nejum is not enough, because you will understand, okay, there may be some way to attain happiness in Sansar also and happiness in Buddhahood also. You may think so. Okay, I am Nejum, but there may be some word for catching this also. So there is no reason if you are not attached with Jiangchu. Then lo then namchi Nejum Shonai. Therefore, the wise people, lo then means people, last line, the people having mind, the people having wisdom, seek Jiangchu also with Nejum, Bodhicitta also. So now I will explain purely from the, not from the text, from my teacher, oral teaching received also. I have several decades back. I remember, out of just remembrance, I have written in here that he developed me. There is 7-step text also there, but he told me there is 7-step how to develop Jiangsu Sem or Bodhicitta, altruistic state of mind, Bodhicitta. There is 7 steps. The first step, to consider all human beings as your own mother, not father, not son, not brother, only mother. Because in Buddhism, of course in Mahayana, mother is the closest relation with you. Nobody can match relation with mother. You may consider another. I consider my wife is closest. She can beat me, mother can't. But just lighter amount. Seriously, mother means whatever a mother has love and compassion for her child, it cannot be
equal to any other relation, even if mother-child. But I still remember when I was just 3 years old, and people used to tell me when I was in my bed, I pee in my bed, and my mother come, and they was so dark, there was no electricity in my village. So my mother sleep on wet bed, and she put me on dry side. Nobody can in earth can do this for me. Nobody. So relation with mother. So now you can answer. So all people as mother, there are male also. What about that? So in Buddhism, the sex or gender is of body. You can change your gender, different birth. So in any of the births, all of you, maybe are my mother, one of my previous, because I have taken innumerable birth. That's why I am here. Still, I have not got emancipated. I am here. It means from time innumerable, I have taken 1,000 births. You are just 25, 30 people. You may be one of my birth, my mother. Closest possible relation. That is the syllogism Buddha is giving. So this is the first step, to consider all human beings as own mother, not anybody else's mother. And the second step is, and that is called in Tibetan, Mashe. One person from, when I was in Vietnam in one conference, one person was also knowing these stages, because every Tibetan Lama knows it, and he translated Mashe as, consider all human beings as parents. I objected in the seminar. Please don't say parent. Parent equal means father and mother. Tsong Kha Pa is saying only mother. No. Mashe means ma, mother. She means to know. I know Tibetan. Ma, mother. And for father in Tibetan there is different one, pa. And for parent in Tibetan there is phama, pa and ma, both. So Tsong Kha Pa is writing Mashe, and you are translating his parents. So person from here, sir, I don't know first hand Tibetan, but please don't say international seminar. You are translating wrongly, and people are taking it. So this is Mashe, first point. And second point is Jinden. Jinden means Demba. Demba means to remember. What kindness our mother has done to us. Keeping 9 months in stomach. You can't keep him 1 kilo in hand for 1 day. You cannot. Taking entire you in stomach for 9 months, all the time, caring about you. And mother is not taking cold thing so that you may suffer. Mother is not taking spicy food so you may suffer. Even feeding mother also. So much care. So remember the care she has taken. Love and compassion. This is the second step. And the third step is Dinsowa. Dinsowa means how you can repay back the love and kindness to your all mothers. You are. How I can repay. I may be thankless if I am not thinking for repaying. You have done to me. And the fourth stage is Niji Chenpo. Niji is already, I have told you, there is a word Niji, this compassion, but in Mahayana, it is Niji Chenpo, great compassion. Unparalleled, because it is with mother. So it is Niji Chenpo, developing some loving kindness. It is written in your text. So for repaying. And the fifth one is Yung Chapa. Means I have developed in my heart kindness, that yes. And the sixth one is Laksan Namda. It means taking a strong resolution. Even if somebody, if we go through in bus or car or on foot go through, and we some poor person, destitute person, we'll develop kindness and we pass by. We do nothing. But in sixth stage, Tsong Kha Pa is saying, Laksan Namda, take a strong resolution. I will do something for my mother. And the last stage is well in the presence of developing Bodhicitta, means now you can feel the rejoice of developing of Bodhicitta, altruistic state of mind, because now you are ready to repay what all people of the universe has done to you in one or another birth as a mother. So this is 7-stage developing bodhicitta. Once again, I'm just repeating myself, but it is very worth to repeat here that this 7-stage, and there is another method of 1 stage also, Dagzan Yamse. Same, and this is also in practice in some of the pocket of Tibetan Buddhism also. Dagzan Yamse means say Professor Gildo is here, and if I think he can imagine I am Professor Gildo, and there I am Professor Gildo is here. Then I can only think what he may suffer or what makes him happy. We are only thinking about ourselves. That is why we are selfish. If we think of others, what makes other people happy, and so then we can exchange place mentally with anybody else. There is 1 stage of all 7 stages. But 7 stages is very elaborately explained. That is why Indian school of thought, it is called graded school of thought. 1 stage, 2 stage, 3 stage. And this 1 stage is a bit difficult, but it is not impossible. Coming to next, please. 7. So this is another very seminal word is used here. First, let me read out this verse, first line, that Shuda Chuo Ji Jungi Kher. The very first word, Shuda Chuo Ji, it is a very long meaning. Shuda means current. When a river is there and there is current of water, if you go inside water, you will swept away by water. But it is not physical river. Chuo Ji means 4 rivers. So every man, woman, when I'm saying man, it doesn't mean not woman. Man means being, all being. We are. So Tsong Kha Pa is saying we are being carried away by the current of 4 strong rivers. Where is rivers? So these rivers are considered in Buddhism from the 2 different point of view, which is given in your that. From the cow's point of view, you can see on printing on page number 10, it is started 4 violent rivers. Page number 10, you can see there. 4 violent rivers refer to the 4 sufferings from following 2 points of view. 2 points of view. There is only 4, but some people say this is 4, some others say this is also 4. Because point of view is different. One is from the cow's point of view. It is called Gyu, cause. And one is from fruit point of view, result point of view. So from the cow's point of view, we have Docha, the torrent of desire. And the torrent of views, it is Dumtha. Dumtha, it means we are already having an idea and we are carried away by it. We are not going to change our idea. We have attachment. So I have attachment with my son. Even my son is doing something, don't do it, doing. But if somebody else's son is doing something, he is wrong. Immediately we jump to different conclusion. This is called attachment. Because of attachment, I think this is mine, this is others, and we, at the same point, cause, we took 2 different decisions because of attachment only. Because of attachment. It means my girl is beautiful. It's okay. Because it is mine. That is because of attachment, rag. And what is attachment? Not with my possession. Attachment with me. It is mine. Me, mine. It is me. It in Tibetan it is called Dagzin. I am attached with myself. So whatever is attached to myself, it is better than others. That is attachment. So the third, from the cow's point of view, what is fruit? We have already done in the past, and now we have fruit and will be attached. Because whatever, let me suppose, I am supposing that all we people have similar flats in Hong Kong. Okay? Similar flats. Identical, similar, same size, everything given. but still we are attached to our flat. If you'll go to Professor Tam's flat, yes, Professor Tam, your flat is also good. But inside I'm searching, mine was better. Same flat, same things. But I have already done something to my flat to decorate it, to done some. This is my deed. I have done something to myself and me, and that is why I consider myself better. This is past deed. We do not judge anybody else better than us. No, not at all. It is impossible to do. Sometimes we have to speak wrongly. But inside we know, no, I have to say, but I am better. I have to say, okay, Professor Tam, you are better. But inside me, no. Okay. So this is and the fourth one, and it is very basic cause, is the torrent of desire, ignorance. Because ignorance does not mean we not know is ignorance. Ignorance means we are absence of what it should be known to us. That is ignorance. Ignorance means this is a cup, this is a tea, but I do not know what is inside tea. I'm ignorant about that. I took the tea, very fine. Maybe something strange things, tea, different. Ignorant. We are unaware. Ignorant here means unaware. Unaware completely. We are ignorant. We are doing so many wrong things, but we do not know we are doing wrong. That is ignorance. And then from the fruit point of view, result point of view, that is not in our hand, it is already done, but this is keva, birth. We have already taken birth, we are subject to suffering all the time. In my first lecture also, we have explained. And old age, I'm already old age, so I have so many weakness also, I can't help it. It is already fruit I have done in past. I have to meet this fate. So sickness also, and the last Shiva, death. This is already done, we cannot change. This is a fruit of our past deeds. So this is in Buddhist pantheon, for the monks only now I am speaking, from the monastic people, no action is taken complete. Even Phawang Rinpoche, the 17th century great scholar in my lineage also, he explained in his book that there is 4 stages of any action. Action is not simply I have taken and dipped. Action, first I think I will drink the tea. Then I started preparation of the tea. Then tea is here. Then actual action starts. Then I have the tea. And 4th stage is I am thinking that I have done. This is the 4 action in Buddhist pantheon that completes any action. Before 4th one, it can be reversed. Before 3rd one, of course, it can be reversed. Before 2nd, it can be reversed. And first is just conceptualization of any action. Of course, you can delete it in your mind also. But when 4th act is completed and you think you have done it rightly, whatever is wrong or right, done. It is bound to bear fruit. Nobody on this earth is going to delete it or reverse it. Irreversible. Action and result. So this is Tsong Kha Pa explain it. And now we come to the 8th verse of, yes. So now, why we are, because 2 stages has been completed, Nejung and Janshusem, means renunciation and Bodhicitta, having Chitta mind. So now we are thinking as per Tsong Kha Pa that what our thinking must be. So it is moment sipa keshin kevaru, means again and again we are born, meet to death, again reborn, again born, aging, death. This is limitless. Our birth are limitless and world is also limitless. And constantly we are suffering, all 3 kinds of suffering. So Dungal Sungi, here the Dungal Sum already written. Dungal so means all three kind of suffering is there. So nekab dider gyurvai manamchi. Manamki. It means now this is time to understand why all our mothers are already suffering, because we know our suffering. At the same time, now we have developed renunciation and Jamsusem. So again, we now can assess that everybody is suffering similarly, same, maybe greater way. So so this is the stage where you may said that you can born with Jamsusem, Bodhicitta. Now the ninth one. So this is again the ninth verse. We have the third and the final stage of three principal path or Lamsum Namsum, because the Ngejung has been explained and the Jamsusem has been explained, and now it is Sherab, Topai Sherab means developing or sorry, wisdom, but it's named as right view. So how it is right view? Is there any separate practice for right view? We are not sure there any separate for right view. But Tsong Kha Pa said, and as I understood, we can check we have developed right view or not. Because there is no systematic practice 1, 2, 3, 4 is given that this is the right view. Because Tsong Kha Pa says, you can check Ngejung, you can check Jamsusem, and now you have to develop this. No practice is given. Practice is given for this only. So now I am reading this, that Nelu Topai Shera Midanla. If your renunciation, if your Jamsusem both are not linked with right view, it means automatically right view will come, no separate. But if it is not going in right direction, then Nejum Jangchu Semla Gom Chekyang, second line, then even if developing renunciation and Janchu Sem, Sipai Sawa Cheper Minupe, you will not be able to cut the root cause of this word. No ability yet to come. Even if after Ngejung and Janchu Sem, you have to develop right view. And without that, you cannot be cut the root cause. Then Dechir. Dechir means therefore, last line. Tendel Topai Thabla Be. Here he is indicating, he is not giving the practice, here is indicating the practice this way. Tendel Topai Thab. Tendel Topai means dependent origination. It is a second noble truth. Because develop your mind, everything is dependent. From this arises this, from this arises that. And if this is eliminated, the previous one eliminated, this one eliminated, this is dependent origination, the 12-point dependent origination starting from ignorance to going to death. So I can recite in Pali only, so I think it's Greek to all of us. I'm not going to, from ignorance, avidya pachya, sankhara pachya, vijnana pachya, nam rup pachya, sarayatan pachya, phassa pachya, vedana pachya, tanha pachya. So all things from ignorance going to consciousness going to volition formation going to your all sixth sense. If I'm correcting it, sixth sense going to form your name and form, body, and it is going to contact is going to feeling is going to for craving is going to becoming is going to birth is going to old age and death. All 12 are there. So listen, if you are pleased, automatically after Ngejung and Jamsusem, you will tend to develop this. You will understand. So next 10th one. So, then Gangji Korde Chwenam Thamchati Gyude Namya Lume Tongsing Mi Pai Teso Sonukum Dene Sanje Jepai Lam. So here it is written, if you understand and realize, I am using the word realize and not using the word understand. Understand is by mind, realize by all your entire existence. So if you realize this cause and their corresponding effect, they are infallible. They cannot go away anywhere. They are without fail, they will work. infallible. Even for samsara and even for nirvana. Cause and effect. So that is why all Buddha has shown you this path. Cause and effect. If you understand this, it means you are going to understand. Next one, second last. I'm taking, I think, too much of time, so I'm cutting it short. Yes, I'll show you. So now attendel lume padang, because it is the last point, and I will make it very short. So tongba khalen delway go by, because it is very important. I'm going right direct to English, that if you are understanding the cause and effect, Tendel theory, Tendel lume pa, it is not going to fall anywhere, then you will develop the emptiness. You understand the cause and effect theory, you have Gejung, you have Janchusem, you understand the cause and effect, and that gives rise to the view of emptiness, shunyata or void, you may say. So this is the right time, because now you are qualified, you have done renunciation, you have done bodhicitta, and you understand the dependent origination. Now you develop the void. And I'm going to 12th one directly. Next one. Yeah. So I'm seeing rezo me perchiveju tendel milur thongwa sandi ne geshe yulgi zintang kunsigna desi tawai chepa. So if you turn, if you understand that, okay, I understand this is dependent origination, I understand this is emptiness, please think these are one and the same thing. There is no difference between the concept of emptiness and the concept of cause and effect dependent theory. If you think, I'm just concluding it because it is going to 13.1 and 14.1 is different one. Then if you consider, it is Tsong Kha Pa is saying, if you consider dependent origination is here and emptiness is here, then you did not understand the Buddha's word. These are one and the same, just another name, but one and the same. So now the last one I am saying, so this is the Deta Lamgi Tsowo Namsumgi. These are the 3 steps. So if you have understood this, then seek solitude, go out and practice this. So last, it is also, I have also doubt in this. The Tsong Kha Pa has used the word in the last line, Tengi Dunma Myurdu Dushi Bu. Oh, my child, English translator. I'm not native English translator. So English translator, maybe Gilda would say, he said, son, go and practice this. So in my opinion, Tsong Kha Pa has said that, oh, Buddha son, go do this. But English people translated is that Tsong Kha Pa is saying, oh, my son, go and practice. That is different between my opinion and English translation. So that's all. Thank you. Sorry, I'm taking too much of time.
Thank you so much for a deep reading of the text. Unfortunately, because of our karma, we don't understand Tibetan. Otherwise, we will even have a deeper understanding. But that's a fantastic reading of the text, very careful. So now, well, I learned a lot. Actually, thank you very much. Especially the last point that in order to understand acting, or actually you need renunciation in a Buddhist system, and then understand dependent origination before you can go to Sarnath. Well, I have to use Chinese, otherwise it doesn't. So, yeah, in other words, 没有出离心，没有出离心，没有菩提心，没有因缘法，你不会了解空幻，你得不到空幻。我觉得这个是很有意思的中卡巴的一个角度，所以真的是有一个 great path 啊，有一个I'm sorry，we need a great path，yeah。 Otherwise, it won't be. So that's revealing to me. So yeah, anyway, I don't pretend that I'm an expert, but I learned a lot from Professor Singh. So thank you so much. And we now get into the question Q&A. So please, you have any questions, notes on Tsong Kha Pa? Fantastic text, very short one, but very heavy. Anyone?
The last point. Nothing origination is equal to emptiness. How is that?
I have not said it is equal to emptiness. May I repeat it? Okay, dependent. Tsong Kha Pa said, dependent origination and emptiness is one and the same. It's not equal. Equal means two. Is one and the same. No, nothing. It is one. If it's a point, it is even not two face. It is same. Okay. You may ask for that.
Okay. Yeah. More questions? Yes.
Thank you for your detailed talk. It's very important. So I always like to think about kind of like I asked last time. We have some idea, yeah, but it's in a way it's one alternative, maybe a set of alternatives. I guess maybe in Tibetan Buddhism. So I guess maybe many Tibetan Buddhists think this is correct, but maybe there are some other schools that maybe you could mention why some Tibetans maybe do not agree with this, maybe the Nyingma or some other. Can you explain what they would think is the mistake in this text? Yeah, is there some Tibetans who disagree? Yeah, and then why? Okay.
Yep.
Two parts to answer. Problem.
For some other Tibetans,
yeah, I have to say. And saying that I am not Buddhist, is not the problem. I am not Buddhist. Here I am. I am not Buddhist by faith. By mind, maybe I sound like Buddhist. Because in India, personally speaking, we do not consider Buddhism as away from, say, so many. It's also super. But if we consider Nimapa will not agree with this and there is something whatever, because second part of the question, if I answer it is okay for you, that this is for daily practice. Shorter version. It is abridged version of Lam Rim Teachings, 300-page text. In 300-page text, all the doubts have been removed. So there are 9 kinds of personality in the world. How each personality think and take Buddhist teaching and which teaching is suited to which kind of personality, it is detailed given in 300 pages. But the preparation of this text is unrepressed by Tsong Kha Pa student, King Zang. He prepared just to read out daily. So it is necessarily does not contain all the requisite which you are thinking it is. It is purposefully for the person to address to whom people who are already in Gelug, already in Lam Rim, already, not to attract other than bigger circle.
For the bigger circle, there is already a bigger book. So,
I guess in the beginning, Professor Singh has said that there are different paths to the talk. So why? So Professor Gil is asking, could we have alternative wills? And the answer probably is when you reach the top, and you won't answer the question.
You said it.
You won't ask the question.
I have already said it.
You are in a different path. So there are different paths. I'm just trying to be careful.
Yeah, I have already said it.
And to show that I have listened. Okay. Please, any? Well, I guess we are overwhelmed by Tsong Kha Pa's messages. That's good. That's good. Okay, and in that case, we thank you so much. Please join me.
So Professor Singh, so the center also prepared a gift for you, and I guess and it's the photo time. So Professor Tan, and you can take a photo.
Also, we should also invite the director of our Center for
So I guess this is the end of the presentation, and thank you all for your attention. So please also kindly note that the Center for the Study of Buddhistic Buddhism frequently organize seminars and webinars. So these are our next seminars. So the first one is on November 4th. So the topic in English is the modern interpretation of Ayya Avalokiteshvara belief, 观音感应信仰的现代诠释. And December 16th, so the way of Dharma, propagation, and management in Buddhism. 穿着白衣在说佛法的弘法与管理之道. So the seminars will be in Chinese, and the audience can join us on set, and also through the Zoom link and the WeChat channel. Please also follow us on our Facebook and Instagram and WeChat channels, and look forward to seeing you in our future events. Thank you.